Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. I wasn't drinking iced coffee. No, not me. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania embargo has lifted, so all those great critics that get to see these movies early already have their reviews up. So what is the movie doing? What is the overall temperature of this movie? Is it doing well? Is it doing bad? How the critics feel about it? We're gonna check out the Rotten Tomatoes score, and we're gonna just kind of look at it. We're just gonna discuss this amongst us movie fans here. So overall, I mean, I'm looking forward to this movie. Like, I think this is gonna be the film that's gonna kind of put us in the right direction on what we're going to be seeing within this multiverse saga, because I just felt like Phase 4 it was all over the place, right? I didn't think all the movies were awful, right? I really only felt that Thor Love and Blunder was the only awful movie. And when you get to the series, I feel like She-Hulk was probably the only awful series. I felt like there was a lot of mediocreness. And we're not used to that in the MCU, right? We're used to like everything being pretty much bangers, with the exception of like Captain Marvel, which I think is pretty mediocre. I enjoy the film. It is what it is. But for the most part, everything in Phase 4 just kind of felt very mediocre. I think Spider-Man No Way Home was the only like absolute banger. Doctor Strange, I can kind of give or take it. I think it's slightly better than mediocre, but for the most part, every other movie was kind of mediocre. And of course, you know, that's just my personal objective opinion. Everybody has different opinions. Everybody has different tastes. So some people might like Shang-Chi and think it's like, oh my God, this thing is a banger. And then I look at Shang-Chi and I'm like, it's a solid movie up until the end. So it all comes to subjective taste, you know, how people feel about different things. That's the difference between, you know, I mean, that's basically the difference between people, right? Everybody has their own personal taste. But I think a lot of the things that we can agree on is that there hasn't been no blueprint on what was going on with this phase. We had really no idea what was going on, other than Spider-Man and, of course, Loki and Doctor Strange. In WandaVision, we really didn't get into the whole thing of the multiverse. So hopefully this movie can actually get us into the multiverse. We kind of figure stuff out. So I've been rambling. You guys want to know what the Rotten Tomatoes score is? I have it pulled up right here. So let's pull up Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, and let's discuss this 63% on Rotten Tomatoes with 71 critics reviewing this movie. This is a lot lower than I thought it would be. But at the same time, look, you should never get discouraged about a movie's rating. If you had plans to see the movie, go see the movie, right? Like Black Adam didn't have the best review scores when it came out, but I was really excited to go see Black Adam, so I went and saw it. I mean, I don't care. To me, critics' reviews and Rotten Tomatoes score doesn't affect how I am going to view a movie. If I'm going to go see it, I'm going to go see it, right? Then afterwards, I will look at some of the reviews and see what people think, and maybe I agree with them, maybe I don't. So I'm not going to go into detail on like what these people are writing in their reviews, because to me, I think that's irrelevant. That's something that we have to kind of make up our mind after we see the movie. But as you can see, there's a big mixture of fresh and Rotten Tomatoes, rotten scores here. A few critics that I personally know, like Grace Randolph, you can see she gave it fresh. Alfonso gave it fresh. So these are just some of the critics that I follow personally that are kind of giving it a fresh rating. But you can see that there's a lot of rotten scores in here in the middle of all this. So it's a real big mixture, to be honest with you. And I'm looking to see if I know any of these other critics, but you can see where it's just sort of a mixture of fresh and rotten, fresh and rotten, and it just kind of keeps going on that way. But like I said before, you shouldn't be discouraged by other people's reviews, right? Never let Rotten Tomatoes dictate if you're going to go see a movie or not. If you're very much interested in going to see the movie, then go see the movie. Don't let, you know, reviews kind of dictate. I even say it when I review movies, right? I'm like, hey, look, I didn't like this movie, blah, blah, blah. These are the reasons why I didn't like this movie. But still, if you have, you know, your heart set on seeing this movie, go see this movie. I did not like Halloween Ends. I thought Halloween Ends was a big trash fire of a movie. But I don't even remember if I even reviewed that movie or not. But if I did, I would say, hey, look, if you're a Halloween fan, you're looking forward to the movie, go see the movie. You know, that's the way it goes. If you're an MCU fan, go see the movie, make up your own judgment. You can look at Rotten Tomatoes to kind of, you know, feel the water, test the temperature to see how it is. But overall, I think each and every person kind of has to make up their own opinion and not let their not let their mind be tainted by other people's thoughts. That's why I don't watch reviews before a movie, because I don't want to know if somebody likes it or don't like it, right? I tell my friends all the time, Danny, Anzo, Adam, if you're going to see this movie before me, do not text me. I don't want to know if you liked it. I don't want to know if you hated it. I don't want to know anything. I don't care how you feel. We will discuss this after the movie, right? I tell that to my friends all the time, because if my friends are all like, man, I like this movie. Man, I like this movie. Danny's like, yeah, Rob, this movie's good. Adam's like, yeah, it's good. Anzo's like, yeah, man, I liked it. And then I go in, I'm like, man, I'm going to like this, right? So I've already got some expectations that I don't want. I want to go in, clean slate, figure it out for myself. And that's the way I like to do things. So that's pretty much how I go in. So if you're going on Rotten Tomatoes, I suggest just watch it for yourself. Maybe the movie's going to be a trash fire. Maybe the movie's going to be good. We have to make up our own mind, and I think that's the most important thing. But I want to know what you guys think. How do you feel about Ant-Man and the Wasp? Does this worry you? Does it concern you? Are you going to go see it anyway? How much do you think this movie's going to do on this opening weekend? Leave those comments in the comment box below. And until next time, as always, I am Robert Storms, and that's my opinion.